Hi guys, this is Kalara Hudson of While They Play Designs, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a bulky bobble with a crochet hook. So in my work here, I am using a super bulky yarn for my project. And what I'll be doing is creating these little bobbles, and I'm going to work them differently than I would with, say, a worsted weight or a fingering weight project. Because I'm using such a bulky yarn, I'm going to have some different steps that I'm going to do so that the bobble doesn't get too huge. So I'm using a US 13 9mm needle for this project, and I'm just going to drop down to a size 5mm H8 crochet hook. And you don't need to know how to crochet to create this bobble. I'll just show you what to do. So the first thing you're going to do if you're working in the round, as I am, is you want to take your right hand needle and just pull it through your stitches so that that doesn't get in your way as you're trying to use your crochet hook. Okay, so we're going to insert our bobble into this stitch, and we're going to go in knitwise with our hook, and you're just going to go underneath the strand of yarn and from behind and hook that yarn to pull up one loop. Then we're going to secure that loop with our right index finger. And I'm going to go behind my needle here, and I'm going to do a yarn over. And in crochet, a yarn over is when you go under your working yarn, like so. And then we're going to secure that yarn over, and then we're going to go back into the same stitch that we're placing our bobble into. And then we're going to go again from behind underneath the yarn and pull up a third loop. So we have that first loop, our yarn over. Sorry, these plies make it kind of hard to see our stitches. Okay, so we have our first yarn over, our first loop that we drew up, our yarn over, and our third loop. So we have 3 loops on our crochet hook. Now we're going to remove the original stitch from our left hand needle. You can see that little bobble starting to form. Now to finish off this bobble, we're just going to grab and pinch the stitch that it's coming out of with your middle finger and your thumb as you go ahead and do one more yarn over. So again, in the front, underneath, and behind, you hook that yarn, and then very tightly you're going to pull and kind of wiggle your way through those 3 loops on your crochet hook. So that is our bobble complete. Now to secure this bobble, we're going to do a chain 1. And to do that, you're simply yarning over your needle. So again, go in front and behind, and then pull through the loop on your hook. That's a chain 1. Now we're going to secure this bobble further on the front of our work by going into the stitch in the row below the stitch that we went into. So as you can see, we have our bobble here. This is the stitch that we worked that bobble into. We're going to go into the stitch below it. So this stitch right here, you can see the V. And we want to go into the left leg of that stitch. So I'm going to insert my hook into the left leg. But before the next step, I want you to take your middle finger and just pop that bobble that you've made to the front of your work. This will ensure that it's going to stay in the front of your work and not pop to the back. So now we're going to pull up a loop from that left leg that we have on our hook. So again, you're going to come in from the front, yarn over, and we're going to pull up a loop out of that leg. So now we have 2 loops on our hook again, and we're going to do a single crochet, which is just yarning over your hook from the front and pulling through those 2 stitches on your hook. And that is how we do our bobble. We are done, except that we need to slip that loop onto the left hand needle. Make sure that doesn't go anywhere. Now we can place our right hand needle back in our work, and then we'll simply slip it back onto the right hand needle because we don't need to work it again. And then I'm just going to cinch up that resulting loop. And as you can see, that bobble is not going to pop to the back of our work. We've secured it by going into that leg in the row below and then making that single crochet. So then you're just going to work over to the next bobble, and I'm going to show you guys that one more time. It seems a little fussy at first, but after you've made quite a few of these, it'll just become second nature. So we're going to pull that needle through to get it out of our way. I'm going to insert knitwise, pull up a loop, secure that loop, yarn over our hook, secure that yarn over, go back in and pull up a third loop, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, chain 1, there's our chain. Now we can remove, go into the left leg of the stitch in the row below. Again, use your middle finger to pop that bobble to the front of your work. And now we're going to draw a loop up through that left leg. Now we have 2 loops, yarn over our hook and pull through those 2 loops. And then place that resulting loop on our left hand needle. And load our right hand needle up. And then place that resulting stitch on the right hand needle. And there is our bobble. So we're just going to stop here and I'm going to show you how these look again. They stay nice and round and bobbly on the front of our work. We're not going to be able to push that through to the wrong side. These are going to stay exactly where we put them. So that is how you make the bulky bobble. I hope this technique and this video helps you guys out. Thanks so much for watching.